Well, at one point, King Von gets arrested for a murder and 2 attempted murders.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the murder that he was being charged with?
That was the Malcolm Stuckey one, where he had the co-defendant, a guy called Big Mike, that's actually just come home recently.
Right, yeah, Big Mike is doing interviews about it. Well, Big Mike basically cooperated against King Von.
Well, it was a mess, right? Because essentially, I think they separated them. I think Big Mike initially was like, basically what I understood was like Big Mike screwed up and he basically trying to get his way out of it. He said, oh, like, yeah, I let off shots, but Von was the one that killed him. And then Von kept it quiet. And so you got this guy saying he let off shots, this guy saying nothing. And then in the end, they were like, well, you're going to have to either flip on Von or you're getting life or whatever he was going to get. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to switch on Von. Waited all the way up to the trial. And then at the trial, he was like, no, I'm going to keep it solid. So Von got out completely scot-free because of the way Big Mike handled it. I don't know if that was on purpose or just it was a mess or Big Mike slipped up. But essentially, Big Mike took the whole rap. Von kept it quiet because Big Mike admitted, oh, I let off shots. Well, you're screwed. Von didn't say shit. And that's what the whole song Why He Told is all about. You know, Von, he's got that lyrics, you know. What does he rap? He says, like, we would have figured it out. You took the easiest route. Like, that whole song is about Big Mike and, like, why he told, like, why he slipped up. You know, they probably, what does he rap? He says something like, they probably gave your dumbass some food and said you was getting out. Sit your dumbass down. Like, so Von kind of breaks it down in that song. But the way that all went out, you know, it was just fluky luck that Von was able to beat that case. He kept it solid. Mike took the whole rap. And then, you know, Von was in jail 2014 to December 2017 on that case, I believe. And then he got out, linked up with Dirk. You know, he'd had, supposedly at that point, you know, he had them 7 bodies under his belt, started a rap career, and Dirk just put him on and it just went crazy.
Well, how did Big Mike, because he's home now, he's doing interviews himself. We actually spoke to him about potentially doing something. So someone died, he admits to being a shooter, but not the killer. How did he end up coming home?
I think, again, this is off the top of my head, so I haven't got the paperwork in front of me, but I think what happened was he got something like 18 years for the murder, and then, you know, maybe it was, I think maybe he served like, that happened in, 2014? He just came home this year, so he probably ended up, serving like 9, 10 years of an 18-year sentence.
Oh, he got 50% over a state case. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Who do you think killed Malcolm?
Von. Like, you know, I don't know, but like, I just feel like the way that played out, and the way that Von behaves. I mean, you see that interview on The Breakfast Club where Von's with Dirk and he's beating the thing, and Charlemagne's like, I just find that it to me, like that moment in that Breakfast Club interview is the moment where I was like, Von's on some dark shit. Like that bit where he says like, you know, Charlemagne, Dirk's like, yeah, you know, this is Von, he just got home, and he's like, oh, what were you in for? And Von's like, yeah, body in 2 attempts. And he's like, how'd you beat that? Like, how'd you beat that? You must be innocent. And Von's like, nah, lawyer. And it's like the way Von's talking is like, I did that shit. Like, he was like, how'd you beat it? And he's like, lawyer. And and it's like, if you watch that back, it's like, it's actually quite dark. Like, you got to read between the lines of the way they're doing it. And like, you know, Von's saying stuff. If you watch that interview closely, you see like Von's saying some crazy stuff and Dirk's coughing to be like, shut up. You know, if you watch it carefully, you can actually see this dynamic, and it's dark. Von's like, body in 2 attempts. And like, Charlemagne's like, body? And Von's like, yeah, and 2 attempts. Like, he was proud. You could see in that moment, he was proud to be saying that. And that's a crazy moment because Charlemagne ain't really clocked what he's dealing with, you know, the type of dude that he's sat there talking to. And, you know, go back and watch just that little segment of that interview. When you really read between the lines and watch closely what's going on, it's actually crazy.
Well, yeah, because I remember there was a part of the documentary where you showed Von getting arrested, and he's essentially bragging to the cops.
He says the same thing. Yeah, body in 2 attempts.
Yeah, I just came home from beating a body in 2 attempts.
He's proud.
You're telling this to the cops as they're arresting you.
The cops are like,
this is not going to help you. They're not going to be like, really? Well, we'll let you go then.
But this goes back to the serial killer thing where it's like, Von clearly got a lot of gratification about the things he'd done. And I felt like it was so much of it was about, it was more than just like for example, I did this story on No Limit, right? And there's a gang in the kind of were at war with like G Herbo's crew called Kill to Survive, KTS, right? And it's like a guy KTS Von, you know, he allegedly had killed a few people. But it's like, the name of that, like, it really stuck with me of like, kill to survive. I think a lot of these gang members, they're killing to survive. It's kill or be killed. I'm on the block. If I don't kill you first, you're going to kill me. That kill to survive mindset, I'm not saying it's okay, but it's like, you can kind of sympathize with it a little bit more than I felt like Von. It wasn't kill to survive. It was like kill for pleasure. Like, he's got tweets where he says, me and T-Roy, we kill for fun. Like, I'm itching to catch my next body, all this kind of stuff. Like, there was something, he was getting more out of that than the average gang member that was killing to survive. And it's just all these little moments, these interviews, like you say, with that him getting arrested and he's just like, I just beat a body. Like, I couldn't even put myself in the shoes of being. We were out. One of the homies got pulled over earlier on today, and like I'm just so shook of the police. The thought that I would say to a cop, like, yeah, I just got home from beating a body, like that's crazy to me. So it really just goes to show you how extreme he was, to be honest.